Taurus, welcome to the week ahead from August 3rd through 9th. Tarot reading. It's Raina here. That's pretty awkward. I usually don't do weekly tarot readings, but one reason that I wanted to is because I just got a new deck. And it is called Sears Guidebook. Well, it's called Tarot Deck, but this is the book that goes along with it. And by the way, this is a fantastic little book. Usually when you get a tarot book or other, for oracles, it's okay. But especially I'm talking about with tarot where you've read different types of books. And I think it's mainly for beginners to just have some key words. But this really, I feel, touches some points that are not always made with some of the other booklets. So I'm really happy about that. And here is the back of the deck. So that's always nice too. I always like a stylish back of the deck. Okay. And, oh, isn't this beautiful? This is for the Three of Cups. I just think that's such a beautiful drawing. And I love all the colors, too. That's one of my favorite aspects of it. Okay, because then it, each card has its own feel to it. So I'm doing a tarot spread by Emerald Lotus Divination, and so shout out to them. I've used them before. And I will tell you what each position means after I do this. Ooh, some of these I haven't gotten yet, so it's like a first time when I'm looking at all of them and being introduced to the images. So it's real nice. And I'm really liking the feel of this. I'm liking the feel of holding the cards and the messages that have been coming through. I feel that it's a very positive deck. Okay. So the first position is my week as a whole. And so you got the Three of Cups. And this is a social card. So that could be like a social time for you. Perhaps Taurus, you're reaching out to friends, you're celebrating something in the next week, I don't know, but that's what that card represents. So there's a levity. It's not, the Five of Cups where you're grieving something, or the Eight of Cups, you're looking for something more out of life. It's just having fun. The number 3 is a number of abundance. Actually, the Empress card is number 3, and that can talk about Taurus too. So it's those things that you do for pleasure, for fun, that make life, good and happy and joyful. And so maybe that's what you're focusing on this week. But it could be a specific event that is celebrating something. Number 2, something unexpected that will arise. And, unexpected can be good. So don't go, uh-oh. Something bad's going to happen. Now, this is the first time I got this card. And this card is a card, let me look at it closely. You can see the crouching aspect, which is supposed to be, this person's sketchy, they're doing something a bit underhanded. It's funny, that looks like a sun, but it's actually under the light of the moon. So it can be somebody who is trying to get one over on you, and you didn't realize that. Now, is it a friend? Because you have been associating with friends. I don't know about that. I mean, this could run the gamut. This could be a work-related thing. And I've been doing this sporadically with this booklet. I'm just so curious because I'm always saying the same things, and I'd like to see what they say about the Seven of Swords. Deception or betrayal, taking only what's needed, the universe bearing witness to true intentions, getting away with something, being strategic, being grateful for the resources you have, moving silently and quickly. I like that last one because they said something unexpected will arise. Well, that makes me think that it's coming from the outside. So not something that you're doing unless you have to take strategic action because and do it very under the radar for some reason. So an example would be if you're celebrating getting a new job and you find out through the grapevine that your former boss is like bad-mouthing you to the industry, and or you're afraid of it. You're celebrating with your friends that you got a new job, and yet you don't want your current boss to find out about this. So you're kind of leaving the current workplace very low-key. Okay. Or you might find out that somebody has been stealing from you if you've had some kind of items missing, and that comes up. Maybe the Three of Cups is you have a party and you find out that something is missing, and you're like, oh man, that must be one of the guests, and so that's something that you weren't expecting. Okay, the third position is how can I stay grounded and balanced this week? Knight of Pentacles. This is your card. So basically this is about working, just going to work, doing, isn't it beautiful? This is the first time I've drawn this card with this deck, and I love the colors. I love them so much. This is Taurus's card, and it's about the kind of that rhythm of work and taking refuge in your work. So even if there is stuff going on around you, and it doesn't mean that everything is bad at all, because there might be something that you're really happy about, but then you find out something that's a little bit disappointing about somebody else's behavior. But the way that you handle it is just by doing what you do. So this is something that you normally do in life, and you tend to be the rock for other people, Taurus, that other people look to and kind of lean on. The fourth position is an important emotion I will feel this week. And I would say that as an important emotion, it means that it's leading you in a certain direction. And so we have the Page of Pentacles. Pages can be the beginning stages of something. With Pentacles, it's work. So this could be like a very grounded type of emotional thing where you feel like you're really taking care of business, that your life is gelling, coming together very well. And so the groundedness is simply the practical things in your life. And Pentacles being connected to the earth certainly is up your alley, and that would make perfect sense. Maybe it's a message you receive about money. Page of Pentacles can be receiving money, maybe a small little amount of money. Sometimes it can be signing up for school, being a student. Page of Pentacles can be a student. 5, something that will inspire me. And so what do we have here? Another Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Well, it sounds like there's something that you're celebrating. Maybe it is work-related, that you're making more money, you're getting a raise. And because of it, you're very excited. The 10 of Pentacles is family money. It's kind of like the generational wealth. But it can be, overall affluence. The number 10 relates to families as well. So that's probably why they're showing what looks like to be parents and children. So you may be like, whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're starting a business with the Page of Pentacles, like I said, it can be an early stage of something, and you are, I think that's very likely, but obviously you can do the same thing if you're starting a new job, where you're thinking about the potential for wealth. And that is going to be a motivating factor for Taurus, for sure, being an earth sign. That is inspirational to you. There's no getting around it. And I think it's wonderful. Whatever inspires a person, that's what they should use as a tool of pushing forward. And that idea of wealth abundance, which comes from wealth, and the freedom that comes from wealth, maybe something that you crave and that you want in your life. 6, how will your spirit guides speak to me this week? This is one of those weird things where I guess, sometimes when I use other people's spreads, I'm not 100% on board with some of the positions because they don't really make sense to me. Like, how will my spirit guides speak through me? Like, through what symbolism? Or I would say, I might even tweak that a little and say, what is the message that my spirit guides want me to know this week? The 2 of Cups. This is a card of commitment. So if that's what the celebration is, that you're getting engaged or married, this is a card of commitment. And of course, commitment means that you are ready to settle down with one person, and that you're ready to put away that need to, look for the next best thing or something better coming along. And for a sign like Taurus, that might not be that big of a challenge, although some of you who have Venus in Gemini or Mars in Gemini, maybe the moon in Gemini, Pisces, or something that could be quite changeable, this might be like a definite milestone for you. But this is also the card of forgiveness. So if you are dealing with somebody who may have stolen from you and it hurts because you feel betrayed, or maybe cheated on you and you feel betrayed, if you can kind of like look at the bigger picture and look beyond your own pain or your own humiliation or whatever it is that you feel, your own disillusionment, and understand that people are trying to feel better in their lives. And some people who are very destructive, sometimes they feel very uncomfortable when someone is being nice to them and showing them love. And those are the people that you should have a lot of compassion for, because they're coming from a broken place. They're not in a place where they are really that secure within themselves. And so they may let go of a good thing simply because they can't handle the fact that it feels uncomfortable to them to have somebody who cares. That's how low their self-esteem is. So you never know, if somebody has cheated on you, you never know like what is really at the root of that. It could be self-sabotage because they can't accept love and they can only have these affairs. And even with drug addiction, if somebody steals your physical property and they're using it to buy drugs, you might say, yeah, but I'm family. They're my relative or they're my partner. And they stole my hard-earned money or whatever. They stole my jewelry. And when you look at it and you say, can you imagine how they really feel deep down inside? That's not making light of it or making excuses for them. It doesn't mean that you're going to be together with that person, but it means that you don't allow that to just completely make you bitter about life in general. The seventh position is how to best support yourself. So what kind of self-care and things can you do? King of Wands. That's very interesting because what this says to me is not, it's interesting that they have a lion there. I guess it must be related to Leo. Definitely a fire energy. The other fire signs are Sag and Aries. Is there a person in your life who represents this larger than life character, like a life coach? this is the kind of person who would make a perfect life coach, because they're very proactive. They're very positive people. And they're the kind of, if you've ever been around a real positive person, there's like this can-do spirit that they have that is infectious, that makes you feel like, gives you that sense of inspiration that you can do things yourself. And so maybe there's somebody in your life who represents this that you can call upon. And that will give you even more inspiration, especially if you've been dealing with some kind of betrayal that the Seven of Swords represents, because you have good energy around this, especially like money energy. And so that may be why the Seven of Swords. Maybe you're experiencing career success and your partner is cheating on you. Maybe they're cheating on you because they're not doing well in life. And sometimes, I don't know if I just came to this conclusion on my own, but it might have been that somebody mentioned this also that I was reading about this idea of that person trying to cut you down to size. So let's say you're in a relationship with somebody and your career is going well and theirs is kind of stalling, or they don't even have a career. They've been doing jobs just to make money, but they're not invested in it. They don't like what they do. And they see your successes and you want them to celebrate with you. So let's say you're a woman, and I'm not picking on men, I love men, but let's say you're a woman with that Three of Cups. They always depict women together with the Three of Cups. And let's say that you're trying to get your male partner to celebrate with you about getting a raise or getting a promotion. And his ego is, kind of fragile about his own situation, which I can totally understand. If, I think that men have been getting the short end of the stick, in some cases, especially younger men, in, just my own observation. And so I can understand that feeling of maybe insecurity leading to resentment. And let's say that you are seeking comfort in your friends because you can't really do so with your partner. And then you find out that this person cheated on you, and that really takes the wind out of your sails. Forgiveness, Two of Cups, is really something that means that you understand why they're hurting. Doesn't mean that you are going to put up with it, but you can understand at the very least what's going on, and you can wish them well and kind of move on with your life. Chances are there have been other things. This might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Let's see, where is that full moon in Aquarius for you? So it sounds like, because you're both, sounds like that's your 10th house. So that would really go along with what I'm saying, because when you have a full moon in the 10th house, that can mean that this is some kind of recognition that you're getting. You're getting promoted. You've gone as far as you can go. You can only go to the next level. But some of you, because this is at 11 degrees of Aquarius, some of you are going to experience this in the 9th house. And for those of you who are born in April, who are experiencing this full moon in the 9th house, it'll be more of a spiritual download. And this will be just in your attitude in general about life, like what kind of things do what do you think what the meaning of life is? Because I did draw the Knight of Pentacles, and that is your sign. I mean, that is connected to your sign, Taurus. And sometimes I think it's really easy for Taurians to kind of get settled into their routines and just kind of enjoy the world, the earth plane, and all of the mundane pleasures of life. When I say mundane, or just even like the day-to-day kind of life, you may be very comfortable with that. Somebody who's a Leo might say, oh, life is so ordinary, I want life to be more special. But a Taurus person can appreciate the simple pleasures of life, and you can just like the rhythms of life. And yet, with Uranus in your sign for the next several years, you're going to feel this pull to be different, to kind of mix it up a little bit. And you might get some curveballs thrown your way that you did not initiate. And you have to go with the flow. And it's hard for a fixed sign to do that because you tend to cling to the familiar. But it's going to be building inside of you. I have Taurus rising, and I am in a late degree of Taurus rising. And I had an experience where I was feeling that, and it felt kind of uncomfortable because it's like it was like yearning to break free from something, but knowing that I didn't want to just do something rash to break free. And that's the thing, if you have a lot of positive angles to Mars, you will tend to be like that, like me, and think before you act. So it all depends on the individual, obviously, but yeah, this is very good. There's a lot of good money mojo, and so I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a personal reading, and most of my readings are astrology based, so looking at the next year's astrological themes based on your personal natal chart, relationship readings, natal chart interpretations, the whole 9 yards. The link is below to access my ordering page, and I thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.